Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya
Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Aarati Krshna-seva Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Aarati Krshna-seva Go Hey ki, Bhakti Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, everybody. My name is Krshna-seva. Welcome to our Open Doors Sunday Feast program. And every Sunday we have some new people, and we're asking. And do you mind me asking? Maybe there is some people coming for the first time today, because we have some gifts for you. If you could raise your hands, anyone? And thank you. Wow, 4 or 5 people. How did you find out about the program, about the temple? Is it online or friends?
Just online.
Online. Thanks. Okay. Welcome. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Nirmate Bhaktivedanta Swami
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Gaura Nitai ki Jai.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
I will read from Gita, chapter 1 and verse number 28. So first we will chant the invocation prayers. Maybe you can also join me. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Anvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarupascha Kripa Sindhu Vyakevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So if you want, you can also repeat. It's chapter 1 and verse number 28. The situation is when Arjun is standing in a battlefield and he asked Krishna, after preparing for so many years for this battle against the injustice which has happened with him and his brothers, he was in a battlefield and he was with Krishna. And then at that time he requested Krishna to take him to in the middle of the battlefield so he can see the army who's standing there to fight against him as well. And Krishna was very clever. So Krishna took him in the middle and in front of Bhishma Pitama, who was his grandfather, and then Dronacharya and other relatives were standing. And Arjun was observing them. And in that, when he was observing them, in that situation, he was overwhelmed with his emotions. And because of his emotions, he was having some symptoms. And in this verse, those symptoms are explained and why the situation was like this. And we also go through the same thing. So especially me, I can connect all the time with this situation. And I'm sure you will also be able to connect with the same situation in your life. So the verse is like this. Arjun Uvacha Drashtavemam Swajanam Krishna Yutsum Samu Upasthitam Sidanti Mam Gatrani Mukham Cha Parishushyati Drashtavemam Swajanam Krishna Yutsum Samupasthitam Sidanti Mam Gatrani Mukham Cha Parishushyati Drashtavemam Swajanam Krishna Yutsum Samupasthitam Sidanti Mam Gatrani Mukham Cha Parishushyati. So I will just read the translation and perfect. Arjun said, "My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a frightening spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up." Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Any man who has genuine devotion to the Lord has all the good qualities which are found in godly persons or in the demigods, whereas the non-devotees, however advanced he may be in material qualification by education and culture, lacks in godly qualities. As such, Arjun, just after seeing his kinsmen, friends and relatives on the battlefield, was at once overwhelmed by compassion for them who had decided to fight amongst themselves. As far as his soldiers were concerned, he was sympathetic from the beginning, but he felt compassion even for the soldiers of the opposite party, foreseeing their imminent death. And while he was so thinking, the limbs of his body began to quiver and his mouth became dry. He was more or less astonished to see their fighting spirit. Practically the whole community, all blood relatives of Arjun, had come to fight with him. This overwhelmed a kind devotee like Arjun. Although it is not mentioned here, still one can easily imagine that not only were Arjuna's body limbs quivering and his mouth drying up, but he was also crying out of compassion. Such symptoms in Arjun were not due to weakness, but to his soft-heartedness, a characteristic of a pure devotee of the Lord. It is said, therefore, Yasyasti bhaktir bhava kinchana sarv gune statra samastate suraha hara bhavatasya kuto mahat guna manorathe nasati dhavato vahi. One who has unflinching devotional for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the demigods, but one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because he is hovering on the mental plane and is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy. Bhagavatam, Canto 5, chapter 18, verse number 12. So, in this verse and in the purport, we understood that what was the situation of Arjun. Arjun was a great soldier. He was a military man who was trained for this type of situation. He was a Kshatriya. Kshat means injury, and Traya means Trayate. Trayate means who saves from this type of injuries. So he was a soldier who was trained for this type of situation, and on top of that, he was king. It is a duty of a king to maintain the law and regulations of the kingdom, so the people of the citizenship or citizens of the kingdom, they can be in peace and they can practice their services. But here, Arjun himself was facing his own relatives who were standing against him. His grandfather, who has so much affection towards him from the childhood, and his own guru, who was Dronacharya, who has taught him how to fight actually, and all his relatives, son-in-law, brother-in-law, everybody was standing in front of him. This was his situation. And when Prabhu told me that I have to give lecture, I was looking for different words and I was not able to understand which one should I pick up. And I was just praying to Krishna that whatever words will come in front of me when I will open Gita, I will listen to the lectures on that verse and then I will prepare. So this time this came up and I heard the lecture from Srila Prabhupada, what he spoke on this thing. So Srila Prabhupada was saying that there are few things when these bodily symptoms comes, like right now we also see the same types of symptoms, and this is called Ashtavikar. Ashtavikar can manifest when you are in ecstasy, and it can manifest when you are in too much fear. In fear also the same types of symptoms appear. So like Arjun was experiencing these types of emotions, and there is a soul depend upon, like soul work through the intelligence, and intelligence work through mind, and mind work through the symptoms of your body. So how to explain this thing? I recently had an experience like this. I travel by bus every day, and it takes 1.5 hours to reach my place, Bar Heaven. So I meet different type of people there, and I'm almost like 50 now, very towards the old age only. So one day when I was traveling and my stop came, and I have told my Prabhu, he always come to pick me from the bus stop, the nearest bus stop. So he was there, and I was in a bus, and a person came in front of me all of a sudden, and he started staring. He just turned back, and without saying a single word, he was just looking at me continuously. And after coming to this country, this was the first experience. So I couldn't understand, but my mind, like intelligence works, right? So intelligence told me that something is wrong, so I have to be cautious now. So I was standing there, and first he like stepped down, and then I stepped down, but he didn't go. He was standing on the bus stop only, and that bus stop is not the open bus stop. Like I have to I have to open the door, and then I have to go through. It's a shaded one. It's closed, and I have to take stairs to go down. So, and he was standing, and his symptoms of the body were very weird. He was like holding head like this, and he was looking from the fingers as well. And I was alone there. So I was thinking, like my phone, I know, I called my Prabhu. I was able to see the car, like he was just across the street, and I was able to see him from the distance that my Prabhuji is standing there. I thought, let me call him. So I tried, but my Prabhu is very expert. He hardly carried his phone. And I was waiting for the next bus to come. So maybe I will just climb on the bus and I will just go to the next stop, and from there I will walk. I don't want to take any risk. This was the intelligence which was telling me all these things, that you have to do this, you have to do that, and because of that my emotions were changing. It has never happened. Like whenever I am with Yashika, I am very strong because I know I have to protect her. But this was completely different situation. So that boy, he just went inside, and he was waiting for me on the stairs as well. I kept on waiting, and after like maybe 5-10 minutes, he just walked by, and out of lots of scared, I was holding my nursing Dev, and I just walked by, and I just like peeked inside the window, like he is still there or not. I didn't see anyone. I walked, but I was not walking, I was running. I want to cover that small area. It's a hardly 2-second area basically, but I wanted to cover that as fast as I can. And then I tried that, and during that period when I was just like on the bottom of the like stairs, last step, my emotions were so strong that I felt so light, and I was feeling as if I will die immediately. So why that was there? Because in like situation was like that, and my intelligence was guiding me, and my mind was telling, and the symptoms were coming on the body. The same thing Srila Prabhupada was explaining. Soul works through your intelligence, and intelligence tells your mind actually, and your mind then brings the symptoms on your body, and then you take the actions according to that. So I have experienced that, and it was a weird feeling of fear I have ever felt. So we can understand when the Yamaraj, who is a personification of death, will come to take our soul, this type of feeling you come at that time, the fear. So here also Arjuna is suffering with the fear because he was overwhelmed with the emotions. His intelligence was not working at that time. But the difference between Arjuna and us is that when we are in this situation, we start praying to Krishna. And sometimes we even pray the wrong prayers. Arjuna didn't Arjun didn't ask for, like, he was not asking for any facilities or praying to Krishna that Krishna, you change my situation, may change their mindset and they should go back and like they should not fight with me and maybe they can give all the kingdom to Yudhishthir. He didn't pray all these things. He was asking questions that in situation what I am supposed to do. He didn't pray that you remove this situation. He was praying that please guide me, that what should I do? What are the actions I am supposed to take in this particular situation? So, Ashtavikar were coming in his body and he was quivering, he was trembling, his mouth was dry. And I am 100% sure each and every one of you must have went through this type of feelings in your life in different situations. Maybe interview, maybe exam, maybe fight with your loved ones. There are so many things and we go through this type of things. So, when we take prasadam here, we recite a whole verse. And in that, that is the verse by Bhakti Thakur Maharaj. In that we say, Sharira avidyaja jadendriya tahekar. Jive phile vishay sagare. What is the meaning of this verse? Maybe when you recite, have you ever thought about it? Why we are reciting this and what is the meaning of this verse? I think most of us, we do it like a ritual only and we hardly come up with the questions. So the meaning of this is Sharira avidya. This shari, this body is a net of avidya. Avidya means non-science. It's not. It's like you don't have the knowledge about this body completely. We don't even have a knowledge before coming into ISKCON that we should work on a soul consciousness, not on a body consciousness. We were still like 19 years I am in ISKCON. Every day I hear we are not body, we are this soul, we are not body, we are this soul. Still I am very much body conscious only. We hardly come out of this thing. So Sharira avidyajal. It's a net of how should we say avidya, Prabhu, in English? Ignorance. So that is the net, very strong net of this ignorance and we are captured inside that. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that Jada Indriya, the senses are Jada. Jada means they are not, they cannot, they are just there to enjoy actually. They want to enjoy all the time. So that is the Jad Indriya. And Tahekal, Jive Phile Vishay Sagari. This Jeev, the conditioned soul, is trapped in that Vishay Sagar. Vishay Sagar, the material ocean. So this is our situation. We are conditioned soul trapped in the net of avidya, ignorance, and still we are so puffed up that I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am this, I am that, and we are so much in proud. We hardly take time to read Gita, to serve Krishna or to serve others. We are only engaged in our material body requirements. Now there are two things. One is need and one is requirement. How to explain? Like the food is the requirement, like you can eat, you can fill your belly with anything. Maybe simple rice and dal can also work for us. It will give us energy, right? Maybe fruits can also work for us. We don't need a opulent prasadam, but the desire, it is, we don't want to fill up with that thing. We are not satisfied with that. What we want in our plate so many things. Simple dal chawal. No, papad should be there. Some pickle should be there. Can you please put little chili powder in? It's not spicy. It's not so many things. And even after that, thoda meetha ho jaye. Little sweet should be there. So many things. Those are desires. So Krishna, he prepared, like he gave us this body, but the most needed thing for this body is to connect ourselves with the God who has given this body. We forget Him and we are just engaged in the material desires to fulfilling it. From the childhood you go to school, college, university to get some degrees, but you are suffering for that. When desires are there, we have to suffer for that. For the happiness, no matter what. So many lectures, whenever you hear, it is said that whenever, and you also experience, that whenever there are desires, to fulfill that desires, we need to do endeavor. Action, intention, and then action, dedication, not attention actually, and then your intention. Three things. It's always there. Like simple, when you go to school, so much homework is there, and kids, they always complain. Then you come to like maybe university, the pressure increase, and now I can understand all Indian students especially, they are coming from India, families taking care, everything, you get nice prasadam, mother, they prepare for you. After coming here, you have to work, you have to cook, you have to study. So much pressure is there, and out of pressure, many kids come, they are in depression as well. So much pain they are taking. Why? To get a happiness. But for that happiness, you are already suffering, and we don't even realize that we are suffering. We just go for that thing. Then if after university, if you have to earn something, if you want to get married, or you have to you want to have a family life, for that also you have to work hard. So anything, any desire, even for even coming to temple also is a small desire. For that also you have to work hard a little bit. You have to go. The person like me, if I'm coming by bus or something, we have to go to station, and then we have to come. We have to come at least, sometimes take 2 hours, sometimes 1.5 hours. So when sometimes I ask young boys and girls when they come to our temple in the Govinda that please come and join us for Sunday program and Friday programs, they will say, Mataji, we are extremely busy, which is true. They are extremely busy because they are fulfilling the desire of their own body, but they are not feeding the soul actually, which needs to be fed. And the second thing they always say, some of them, even the family members, they will say, the person who comes with a family, they will say that, see, we live far away. How far are they? If I will ask them, I normally ask them, from where are you coming? Karnataka. Okay, devotees are coming from there as well. Bar Heaven. Okay, I am also coming from there. Mataji, it takes 1 hour. It's okay, I come and I take 1.5 hours at least. Mataji, there is no bus. I also come by bus only. So we look for excuse. Our intelligence is looking for the excuses all the time. So Srila Prabhupada was saying that this is the first desire we should do, that no matter what we are doing, at least we should come and serve in the temple. That is the starting point. That is not the bhakti in itself. It is just the starting point. That come and do some service to purify your desires, to rectify what are the wrong things and what are the right things. Now, I was listening to lectures, and in that one thing came up. We have seen the example as well. You never know when your soul will leave the body. We don't want to hear anything about death, which is the eternal truth actually. We all know that one day the death will come, and will not ask that you still have some responsibility to finish. Okay, if you have to finish something, maybe I can wait for some time. That is not the case. When Yamraj will come, he will stand in front of us, and he will not see what degrees you have taken. You are doctor or you are engineer, it doesn't matter to Yamraj. And those things are only for this material world only. Whatever you will do, if you will engage in the devotional service, that only go with you. And why we all are so different? Srila Prabhupada said that all of us, if we see, our features are different, our height, our look, everything is different, our languages are different, we are born in a different countries, cultures are different. And on top of it, our desires are also very different. And we, on the same subject, we think in a different way. So why it is like that? Because in previous birth, you were already in so many bodies. And according to our desire, we were doing endeavor. And that things were feeding it, up in our consciousness, piling up one after one. And those when you left that body and came into another body, then you accumulated the things from another body, and then you are here today. Someone is maybe very polite, very patient. Someone might be very short-tempered, and someone might be very intelligent. It is just because we were already in previous so many bodies, and now what we are doing right now, we are preparing our next body.
Yeah.
So, I like when I was in India, we just used to hear that if you will do good deeds, you will go to Swarga. So that was the ending point. We didn't know anything that is there anything above that. So if you will do the good deeds, you will get demigod's body, no doubt about it. You will go to the heaven and you will enjoy that. But in a recent lecture, I heard that in that body, you don't pass stool, you don't pass urine, you don't sweat. You just enjoy the food and all those things, and you don't take birth and you don't die. Those things are not there. But there is a time period for that body as well. The garland, this is from Srila Prabhupada. So this type of garland is there with the flowers, and when the how to say that the whatever your pious activities have accumulated, the pious things, when they starts like going away, like because you are like enjoying that, so basically your bank balance is going away, you are spending that money, so one by one that flower goes like dry up, and when the last flower dries up, then the body, that body just turn upside down, your hair starts falling, and that body comes down slowly and disappears. And that soul, whatever was your activities in your previous birth, maybe you can get a human body, comes into the womb again. So that cycle is there. Heaven is not the last your eternal abode where we want to go. So what is above that? Above that is Krishna's abode. And what is that? What we are supposed to do there? We are supposed to serve there. So this temple Srila Prabhupada has made just to give it that practice. So we can practice that thing, what we can do when we will go there. How we can serve. It is not just a service. In the Gita, if you will read, anywhere it is not mentioned that just serve. No, it is said devotional service. Why devotional? Because we are doing under the guidance of our spiritual master or senior devotees. Yeah. We are serving actually. That is the practice we are doing. And then one more thing is on top of it, that what is the thing which is not in our control is our mind actually. Mind is the thing which is not in our control. Mind tells you dal chawal is not good, little pickle, little sweet, right? Mind is telling you all these things. And because of mind we are doing all these things. So how to control the mind? 4 things, regulative principles. Already Srila Prabhupada has told us, we don't take it seriously. I myself is accepting this thing that we don't take this like very seriously. What are the 4 regulative principles? We all know, and you can also tell. Can someone please tell?
No eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex.
But do we really by heart seriously follow that? No, we look for the loopholes. Oh, it's an emergency. Can we take something from outside? Oh, I do not know how to bake bread. So can I purchase from outside? This country we don't have like onion garlic. Without onion garlic, nothing is available in the market. So it's okay, we can go to that shop and we can take from there. Even after initiation, when you go in front of the fire sacrifice and you promise your Gurudev that okay, from now onward, I will follow these regulative principles. But our mind is so weak that it will push us whenever the situation will come, and the first thing where it pushes is your tongue only. From here everything starts. What you eat, that goes in the body, nourishes your body accordingly, and then you work accordingly. Onion garlic was the big thing when my Prabhu told me that we have to stop onion garlic. And he said, now onward, I will not drink. I was in stress. Like, first thing if any guest is coming to our place, the first thing I will put in a jar is the onion, garlic, ginger and chili and make paste of it. And then only I can prepare prasadam or those things. So how it is going to work. And my mind always used to look for the loopholes. How I can escape this thing. It is just plant-based, right? So we are already eating vegetables. We are not taking somebody's body. We are not it's not meat. It's just onion and garlic. It's from plant only. But then slowly and slowly, because Krishna was holding very tightly. So after listening to all the lectures, when you are there are particular things you can eat only in a particular situations. Like mango gives heat to your body, and brinjal gives heat to your body. Papaya gives heat to your body. So pregnant lady cannot eat papaya. That heat can be a reason for her miscarriage. So there is an impact of each and everything. There is a properties. When you are sick, why you take ginger? Because it soothes you down. With the honey, it helps you, right? So the same thing is with the onion garlic as well. What you eat, it gives you urge to work on a different things, and those are not helpful in our spiritual life. So that's why these 4 regulative principles are very important. And only if we will practice throughout our life, when the time will come when we will leave the body, at that time we can meditate on Krishna, because it's very hard to meditate on Krishna. Even while our chanting, we hardly chant, forget about the whole mala and all those things. 16 mala, forget about that. Even one alphabet we don't chant attentively and seriously, and I accept that openly, that is the case. Mind goes here and there, arguing with other people or preparing something or planning for something else. It's not there. So it is said here that when you leave the body, whatever your mind is meditating on the last moment, your mind will take you the another body through that meditation only. So without practice we think that we will leave the body and Srila Prabhupada's dhoti we will hold and we will go back. It is not possible. We have to endeavor from our side as well. He has given us the rules and regulations. Now it is up to us how seriously we are taking this. Arjun's situation was so difficult. Krishna was with him. The person who has created this super soul, who has created everything, was with him, and he was a chariot driver of the Arjun. And what was the way? How I have said this earlier as well. A chariot driver will drive according to the person who is sitting in the chariot. Arjun was fighting. He was not on some road trip or anything like that. He was in a battlefield. There was no rules and regulation in the battlefield. Okay, this person will come from the left side, that will come from the right side. It's a left side driving. Those rules and regulations were not there. From anywhere, weapons were coming, and he was supposed to target as well and fight as well, and he was supposed to guide Krishna as well, where he has to move, which way he has to move. So hands were occupied. So what do you think? What was working to give the guidance to Krishna?
He was using leg.
Feet. He was touching by his feet. If he will touch on the left side, Krishna has to turn to the left side. Right side, Krishna has to go to right side. If he will touch from the bottom of little bit bottom, then Krishna will understand, I have to pull it back. So many things. But can you imagine the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Lord actually, and Arjun was touching by the feet. That was the intimacy. That was the intimacy. But what we do, our Krishna's representative comes here, like Maharaj, they all come, brahmacharis who has dedicated their life. They have here, I do not know whether you heard about this or not earlier, but tons of blood, Srila Prabhupada said, tons of blood he has to spend to make one soul a devotee. Tons of blood. How much we are giving? We don't even have time to go outside and preach or go for a book distribution. So many times people come here and, sorry, I'm bringing all these things up, but this is very important. Mandaram Prabhu, he is my colleague and we both are in the Govinda. Every day alone he goes for book distribution. Minus 40, minus 30, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He will just ask me, Mataji, do you think you can handle? Yes, you go. Because that is the most important thing. Go outside, maybe one soul will come inside, will take Gita, right? Every day he is going alone. And when the people will come and I will ask Prabhuji, can you please accompany him? I try. Even the Matajis also I ask, Beta, can you go for 1 hour? Beta means like the way you speak in English, sweetie, sweetie pie. In Hindi we call Beta. Beta means like child for us. So I request them, Beta, can you go with him? He's going alone. Mataji, I have this work. Mataji, I have no time. And what Srila Prabhupada is saying? Srila Prabhupada is saying, I have given tons of blood to make one devotee. And from where he has started, he was serving each and every person. Whoever was, all hippies, all the boys and girls, young, like they were hippies at that time, they were coming. Srila Prabhupada was cooking for them, teaching them, feeding them, and after they were leaving, Srila Prabhupada was washing all the pots and everything himself. So when you wake up in the mirror and you are going for material things, you should go. But in front of mirror, at least by when you come back, after your day is spent, when you come at the night, please think once that have you ever spent 1 minute to please someone? You did something, did you serve someone to change their life? Not bodily level. Bodily level, like I know, people think, like they say that we are doing good things, we are giving charity to the hospitals, and we are giving charity here and there, or I did that good thing from there. But these things are just on the body level. This place is the hospital for soul actually. And soul changes by the purification. I have experienced that, and I'm sure the people who are in this process from like 2-5 years or maybe long time, I am here for 19 years, some of them might be for 40 years, 30 years, they must have experienced the change internally, not externally. Externally things will not change, but internally change needs to come, and that can only come when you serve. Service is the most important thing because it brings your proud down. I think Gauranga Prabhuji, he was very, very intelligent. The person who, like all of you who are from India, know what is the IIT level. To clear IIT, you have to study for hours and hours, and you become thin. You forget about eating and all those things. Sometimes students don't even have time to take bath actually. They dedicate so much time just to clear that IIT. So he has cleared that. He was in IIT, and then somehow he got influenced with our Bhagavad Gita because of our devotees who go and give some time there. And then after I think 20 or 15 years of study, he thought I am ready. So he came to Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Goswami Maharaj, and asked him that, Maharaj, now I am ready for preaching. Can I go on the floor now? Maharaj looked at him and he said, yes, you can go on kitchen floor now. Because so much proud is there. First you need to remove that proud actually. He didn't say you have so much proud, but Prabhu himself understood that first he has to clear that proud. Because any position, any small position can give you proud. Even the small things like cooking in a Govinda can give me proud. And it gives me proud time to time. So I have to bring myself down. Okay, it's not a big deal. There are people who are doing so many things. So proud with position comes very fast. And especially with the success it comes. Situation of the situation of Arjun. He's standing with Krishna. He was shivering. So where we are, like why can't we think about it? Where we stand, small time, 1 hour we come and give in a temple, small donation we give here and we think we have done everything. My daughter, she is in Waterloo. So she has some roommates, and recently her family was visiting here, like her roommate's family, and they came to our temple as well. So I was talking to them. One of them, the deities in the Toronto, Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, her family member donated those deities, and there was a big tussle, and she was explaining the whole story about it, that how they have, like that Mataji has bought the deities from India in a plane, and what was the tussle exactly, and everything she told me. I was thinking so much dedicated they were. They used to come in a bus, and then they used to attend the programs and all those things. And then I requested with Mataji with folded hands, Mataji, so are you still going to? No. Now I am not going to the temples anymore. I have done my, like whatever was the part of my life, I have done the devotional service already. It was so confusing. Like devotional service is not a part of your life which can, she said, I have already finished in first part of my life, so now I can enjoy. Devotional service is not like that. It is not in a part. You have to come. It is regulative. It is continuous. Why you are eternal servant of Krishna? To do it eternally, you need to practice first. Then only you can do. Now, one more thing I will say, and maybe I will stop. It's very long. I've prepared something else, but. Kulshekhar, he was a great devotee in South India, and he has written, what is the name of that? Mukundamala. It's a beautiful creation of the verses. He's praying to God in that, and it's a very beautiful. And our Maharaj in ISKCON, they recite these verses time to time, and he's the best example actually. In that he said, Krishna tvadiya tad pankaj manas rajah hamsah Advaita prana prayana samaye kapavata pitah smarnam kutasate. What is the meaning? This is in Sanskrit. What is the meaning of this? I am now in a good health, so kindly award me death immediately. Advaita means immediately. So then mind, who is just like swan, he can take pleasure by entering into stem of your lotus flower feet. He was a great devotee. We can't even imagine. He used to talk to Krishna. That was his situation. Actually, he was devotee of Sri Ramchandra ji. And he had darshan of Ramchandra ji multiple times. Ramchandra ji saved him multiple times. Once he was reading, the Ramayana was going on. And the priest who used to recite Ramayana for him every day, there was instructions for him that don't read anything which is like the painful part of Ramayana. Don't read that. When Sita went away, all those things, don't read in front of Kulshekhar Maharaj. If you will read, he will get emotional and he will be in that, he will go in that part only. So one day what happened, this priest, he was not able to attend and he sent his son. And son doesn't know about those instructions. So he came and he started reading about how Sita was kidnapped by Ravan. As soon as Kulshekhar Alvar heard this, he prepared his army and he told his army to go to the Ayodhya, come with him. He was leading the army actually, and they started going towards the Sri Lanka. Now, what to do, they couldn't understand. Normally the Senapati, what should be the English for the Senapati? What they used to do, they used to play tricks. They used to send someone from the front, and then that person will come and give the information to king that whatever the situation was, it's already solved. So don't worry about it now. So then he used to pacify and come back. But this time he was too fast and he was leading up front. So nobody could come from the front, and he went to the ocean and he started walking inside the ocean, and everybody was just chanting Ram, 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 because they know the king is going in the ocean and he will dead now. So what happened that when he was walking, Ramchandra ji himself came in a boat with Sita and Lakshman and showed him that everything is okay. You don't have to worry about me. So you please go back. And he left. So this Kulshekhar is saying that when I am in a good health, very good health, we all are in a very good health, and we have seen the example today. Anytime, anything can happen. So at that time only, please take my soul. Please death come to me, so I can meditate on Krishna and go into the lotus feet of Krishna only. Because at the time of death, cough, pith, your throat gets choked with the cough, too much mucus. You are not able to speak. So in that situation, you will not be able to meditate on Krishna. The pain is very, very, very strong. They say if a Scorpio, if he bites, it's very painful. So 1,000 Scorpios, when they bite you, that pain comes when death comes close to you. So don't take, this body is very, very, very precious. It's a human body. This is to do devotional service, not to just enjoy. I will stop here only. If I said anything wrong, please forgive me, and if any correction, please correct me. If any realization you can share, or if Prabhu says time is very less, then you can go for Kirtan. It is up to you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mother. So does anybody have some reflections? Anything to, oh, Saka Prabhu. Oh, we got lots of reflections. Where's the other microphone? We have one here. There it is.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for your amazing class. Like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that intelligence is sitting on the top of the mind. Like in Kali Yuga we have bad thoughts rather than the good thoughts. So like when Dhruv Maharaj, he was not allowed by his stepmother to sit on the throne of the at the king palace. So he realized that he controlled his mind, that I have to go into do my devotional service at the age of 5 years. So if we control our mind, we can be able to achieve Lord. Even within 6 months, he was able to find the Lord. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Nanya Chintayanto Mamya Paribhasate, the one who do my devotional service without giving any, like, proper controlling the mind and giving everything to me, then I will accept that devotional service. So just this is my realization.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Easy as that. Even in 6 months, you can do it, right?
Yeah.
One more reflection.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I just want to say that I loved the lecture today and I can listen to you forever and ever and ever and ever and again ever. So it was wonderful. That's everything.
It was not me, it was Srila Prabhupada. So go and listen to his lecture. Everything, whatever single word, maybe language must be mine because I am not very good in English. So whatever words comes into my mind, I just say that. But go and listen to the lectures of Srila Prabhupada and other devotees who are Maharaj, who has dedicated their life. They have studied and they have left the money and everything, all material desires, just to serve us. So please pull out some time and listen to them. That is most important.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So let's conclude. I think it was an eventful Sunday feast. So we started with chanting Hare Krishna. We heard some nectar, and now we'll conclude. Maybe we'll do 5 minutes of kirtan or so, and then prasadam will be served, and then maybe Harinam. It's nice weather outside. Who's up for that? We'll see. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna